Hey there, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, well, that's on you, pal. It is Sunday, and that means it's time for the Sunday sermon. It is December 12th, 2021, and it is the anniversary of a personal tragedy of mine. It was 2 years ago today that my best work friend Scott, at about 10:30 a.m., while we're putting together and cooking and shipping out lunch, he keeled over and had a heart attack, and in our kitchen during work. And he, one second, good cup of coffee, and he didn't make it. Let's see. Yeah. And also, that's the last Sharpie he ever borrowed off me. I'm a very well prepared chef. I always have a Sharpie on me, and or two, and he'd just reach over and grab it off my sleeve like I was his personal Crayola box. And yeah, that one's the last one. I usually date them too. This one was dated 12/9/2019, 3 days before he passed away. Yeah, I like stuff like that to, oh, let's see how long this, one lasts. And put a piece of tape on it with my name. So, oh yeah, is your name Eric? Well, is that your Sharpie? Oh, duh. Give me back my pen. Stuff like that, So, yeah, I worked with Scott for about 11 years, 12 years. Half of that time, we shared the same kitchen. We were partners, like Han and Luke, like Starbuck and Apollo, like Starsky and Hutch, Crockett and Tubbs. Think of any partners that like TV partners, not in the modern romantic connotation. We worked hard. We worked efficiently. We got along a lot. We fought a lot, and it was a joy to work with him. And at the age of 51 years old, he had a massive heart attack, and he died. When we were in the kitchen together that day, also there were two other cooks in the kitchen at the time. One was Rabbi Z. He worked next door at the kosher kitchen, and also one of our junior chefs, we'll call him RJ. RJ was there too. I look over to Scott and shoot the shit with him when we were talking. I look over at RJ and say something, and turn back to Scott, who's literally to my left on the same table with the ovens behind us, and he's lying on the floor. And I almost said, "Hey, Scotty, what the fuck are you doing lying on the floor? Get up." But I could immediately tell from his eyes and by his struggling for breath that something was wrong. And I didn't want to move his head because, he was literally lying in a puddle too, a water puddle, because, water accumulates on floors here and there. And it wasn't a big puddle. It was just, we're next to also a food prep sink too, and just like things splash. And we always have, a mop to get things up. So it was like he didn't slip and fall, but slip and falls happen at work. I've seen them happen. If you're not wearing safety shoes with the proper safety grip soles, kitchen is a dangerous place. Fire, knives, boiling water, very hot pans. Occupational hazards I'm constantly getting cuts and burns, even after 30 years in working in kitchens. It still happens, but I immediately ran to Scott's side. I held his hand. I told him to squeeze my hand if you could hear me. That's the first thing I said to him. He did not, and he never did. I kept asking him. I told Raj and Rabbi to call 911, and also to go upstairs and wait for them. We were in the basement. That's where our kitchen was, in the basement of the building we were in. And so there was some difficulty finding the kitchen downstairs, that the EMTs didn't get there in time. I didn't know how long it took. I guess it took a while. I don't know CPR. I don't know, but I tried. I tried to, blow some air into his lungs, and but that didn't work. And but I was alone with him for most of that time until the EMTs came. And I didn't leave his side. I held his hand, and the EMTs finally got there, and they went to work. And in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, they got his heart back, started again, but he was gone. They'd find this out in the next few days, that he had no brain activity, that he was brain dead. And the family decided to pull the plug 3 days later, and about 4 different people got, he was an organ donor, so 4 different people got the gift of life from my best work friend. And that's just something I've had to live with ever since. So this is literally the 2nd anniversary of my most recent trauma. And I'm just taking time to say God bless you. Thank you. Excuse me. Just taking time to talk about it. It is the Sunday sermon for today. At the time of his tragic passing, untimely passing, I was 225 pounds, a 42-inch waist. I drank every night just to get to sleep, and I would just eat sandwiches and drink beer and smoke weed. Perfectly content. Didn't have a girlfriend. I hadn't had a girlfriend in the years and years leading up to that. Still don't, but that's not the story today. But that was December 12th, 2019. And then just several weeks later, by mid-March 2020, came lockdown 2020. And we closed work, and we were all asked to stay home. And I was home until October of 2020, mid-October, wherein I got called back to work, where we had, limited hours and shifts. I got my 40 hours and everything. So that was April, May, June, July, August, September, October. About 7 months. So by May, late May of 2020, I decided to, make several lifestyle changes. Uh, I I sobered up. I eventually stopped smoking weed, um, and I went on a diet and started walking all the time, exercise, something gentle. I'm not a gym person, but seeing Scotty dying like that, it was literally traumatic. None of this, oh, I don't like what I see on TV or the news, and oh, I'm trying to leverage you to let me get my way. Trauma is not that. Trauma doesn't work like that. Trauma is it's a deeply life-changing and impactful thing. And I also became the beneficiary of panic attacks and anxiety attacks, what they call triggered. I mean, this happened at work. So going to work, pre-existing knowledge that it's a dangerous place with this tragedy, this trauma put on top of it. I mean, I'm very blessed to have very good health care, and that I can take a panic pill, and that helps. I have a mantra, and that helps. I have a support system. My doctor, I can get a referral for talk therapy. That has helped. And I think of Scotty every day, and I talk about him fondly with our coworkers. And he lives. He lives on in our hearts and in our cuisine. And yeah, and he was. I'll tell you about Scott real quick. He was from Western Mass. He had a brother and a sister. He had no kids. He was never married. He loved his nieces. He had two very darling nieces that he just loved spoiling at Christmas. He was a heavy metal fan. We bonded over our teenage music, over Black Sabbath and Ronnie James Dio and Kiss. I also turned him on to audiobooks. We had the kitchen to ourselves, so we could listen to anything we want. We listened to the same morning commute rock and roll station, FM rock and roll station. I perpetuated my childhood luck of calling in the call-in shows, and we won a T-shirt by winning the trivia contest. And I got him. I remember one time it was a Monday, and I got on the radio, Carter Allen's lunchtime show, and Carter was like, "You're making a request for your buddy?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's having a lousy day. It's a Monday, and can you play 'I Don't Like Mondays' by the Boomtown Rats?" And I was lucky that he came in, and I'm really good at FM radio. You can hear when they go to that tape. It's a sublime little change in the background static. I'm like, Scotty, shut up. I'm turning the radio up. This is for you. And then on comes my voice. And yeah, my buddy's having a lousy day. It was a Monday, football season, so he lost, and he had to pay his bookie. So we had a rule: don't talk to Scott on a Monday during football season. He's usually in a bad mood. And he just got the biggest joy from that, And yeah, he got to not only hear the song, he got to hear me do my thing. Yeah. This is for my buddy Scotty. He's having a bad day, and that was really nice. I got a picture of us with the T-shirt we won, and also I turned him on to audiobooks. We were big Stephen King fans. We were literally listening to 11/22/63. He didn't get to finish it. He didn't know how it ended. And but we listened to Under the Dome, and we listened to The Stand, and we listened to It. And yeah, we would our hours were 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and we would work through our lunch break and we would go the extra mile all the time. And there's a cautionary tale in there. Take your lunch break. Take that 15-minute coffee break as well. Don't take on too much responsibility at work. It's only work. I mean, life went on. Work went on after he died. They had someone else come in and fill in. That's what work is. It's what's going to happen to me. It's what's going to happen to you. The world will keep going on. Someone else will come in to do your job. And that's nothing. It's not a knock. It's more of just, that's just the way the world is. Wonderful Tanzanian peaberry. Hot coffee. Good stuff. But today is the anniversary. December 12th. My buddy's death. And it was deeply profound and it was deeply traumatic. That is a trauma. I mean, the word trauma has been watered down by social media, by needy people who are just trying to get their way and impose their will by co-opting the word trigger, trauma, and the therapeutic voyage too. I mean, it's hard to separate legitimate people through just the cottage industry of people needing to find just some overall resilience and to get through life. I mean, or people with excuses. So here I am with legitimate PTSD, legitimate triggers. You can ask my doctor. I can get you a doctor's note for that. Seriously, I say that at work. I can get you a doctor's note for that. All right. And, but so can't anyone, I guess. It's just hard being legitimately PTSD to see the term get bandied about so frivolously and with intent to just, skirt responsibility or to get for people to get their way. I've dealt with people who abuse these legitimate terms. I mean, it's everywhere in culture too. Everyone's post-traumatic. Everything is triggering. Everything is harmful. Safe space is safe space. Is a kitchen a safe space? No. By definition, no. It's a very unsafe space. But Scotty had an unrevealed case of diabetes. He also didn't eat well. He had a high stress job and a second job. He never stopped. When he left our work, he went to his other job. And he rarely took time off. And yeah, this is the impact that will have on your body. It's a metaphor for karma. Or literally, karma is choice. And these are the choices he made. And his karma built up to the point where he had a massive coronary that took him from us too soon. But he gave me a gift out of that. He gave me the gift of awareness, and he gave me the gift of life. I know what Scott wants. Scott wants me to live. I loved him. He loved me. He was my brother. And it's not about holding on to him. It's about letting go. And I have. Because he's with God now. Or he's on his way back. If due to my own... Well, also due to my own sense of spirituality, I know this, that the Bhagavad Gita, The Bhagavad Gita says that on the holy field, the holy battlefield of Kurukshetra, any Kshatriya warrior who died on that battlefield was doing their holy duty, their karma. It was dharma for them. It was cosmic truth. If they died on that battlefield, they went straight to the highest of heavens. They died doing their duty. Scotty will not be reborn. Scotty is waiting for me in the highest of heavens, because he died performing his dharma. He died on his holy battlefield in the kitchen. And I believe that as a tenet of my faith. So, it's the second anniversary of my buddy's death. Gone too soon? Or maybe just, that was his time. We both loved the movie Heartbreak Ridge, the Clint Eastwood war movie. We'd quote it all the time. And there is a quote in that movie. Gunny Highway. Private Profile's dead. Well, it was his time then. He would get a kick out of it that I'm using that line right now. He would have finished that line, that quote, as movie quoters do when they go back and forth quoting movies. And I'm going to miss him forever. I'll see him again at the end of this all. Maybe he'll be waiting for me across the river. I don't have a wife. I mean, I'm not going to have any kids. Who will be waiting for me across the river? Maybe Scotty will. You know, I don't know. None of us know. That's the thing. And, but it is. This is the Sunday sermon. It's just the second anniversary of my best work friend's untimely death. And it's a lasting impact on me. I'm going to be affected by this for the rest of my life. Seriously, having triggers suck. I mean, I've gotten control of them, you know. Yeah, I mean, the struggle is real. I mean, and I'm very grateful that I have a support system that can help me deal with it. And if you're struggling with your shit, you know, it's out there for you too. You just have to access it. And you have to get to that point that you ask for it. You can't, if you're gonna just be going around like an exposed nerve or a hair trigger, and it's a hard way to live. But you can get help, and the help is out there for you. And that's about all I have to say for today. I mean, it's the second anniversary of my buddy's death. I held his hand. I did not leave his side. Someone was there for him at his hour. That was me. And as an ordained minister, maybe that was my dharma. And that I'm doing the job I was meant to do. Hopefully there will be someone there for me at my time. And someone who loves me as much as I love Scott. Yeah, and so what's the point of today's Sunday sermon? Well, live life. Break off the chains of misery. I mean, yeah, I'm sad about it, but am I letting it hold me back? No. I took this as a learning lesson, as a learning moment. I'm trying to educate you. No, I'm not. That's obnoxious newspeak from intellectual superiors. I'm not better than you. I'm not equal to you, and I'm not lesser than you. I'm a human being. B-E-I-N-G. A human being. I have turned that into a gerund, into a word of action. But I mean, I took the opportunity to change my lifestyles. Am I a better person? I'm the same person. But I've a different agreement with life now. There's more to enjoy, and I'm more fit now. I have better health now, and I'm just very grateful. Very, very, very grateful to have known him and to have worked by his side and to have been his friend. I was his best work friend as well, and he did not have many friends at all there. And I'm blessed for that fact. Yeah. Thank you so very much for tuning in and listening to my story. I really appreciate it. My friend Scotty Boucher, he will live on in my heart and in the hearts of my coworkers and everyone he's touched in the community where we work. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of material. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. I'm a big lad, I can handle it. Leave a comment in the comment section. How can I help you? Are you struggling still with a loss that affected you or a trauma? I mean, I can only help so much, but whatever help I got, it's all yours, okay? And you know what? Give me a subscribe if you could be so kind. I'm a professional chef, as I've been saying in all this video. I make lots of cooking videos. They actually get a lot of views. I make shorts about soup. I got about 1.4 thousand views on some of my soups. That just blows my mind. So, you want to see what's cooking? Come and tune into Reverend Sully Station. I got some professional restaurant level cooking hacks for you, so you can make nutritious, delicious, and beautiful food at home to share with your loved ones. Let me tell you, breaking bread with loved ones should not be taken for granted. I'd give anything to have a slice of pizza and a chocolate milk with Scott. He would come in after a delivery and throw a to-go box with 2 big slices of pizza and a chocolate milk on my deck. And I'd be like, oh, thanks, man. Because he knew I would improve my attitude after I ate something. But he was that thoughtful. So the other day I had a slice of pizza and a chocolate milk, with my buddy. And, yeah, so breaking bread with loved ones, please embrace that and have gratitude for that. And thank you so very much for tuning into Reverend Sully's Sunday Sermon. I'll do this every Sunday. Let's get spiritual. All right? Namaste. Good luck. God bless. And if I don't know you personally, I love you. I do. Why? Because I have the love of the Lord within me. I can only share it with everyone. And if you're struggling, this is a good place to maybe just get a toehold and just a little bit of traction on that. The rest of it's on you. But if you need a little bit of help, I can offer you whatever little help I can give. All right. Thank you so much.